This week on Alaskan Freedom, we take a day off and hike to Skilak Lake. Jay also had time during the week to install a shower in the shed and get a window in.
The shed gets a little stuffy, so we're going to put a window in this wall. We bought a used window on Facebook Marketplace for $50, little 36 by 24. And I've already covered this wall off with a tarp and tacked it up just so that when I'm cutting the sawdust isn't coming over here into the kitchen area, which is already in use. So let's get to work on that. If you remember last week, we got moved into the shed as far as the kitchen that's in here now and our dishwashing and stuff. We're also going to put a tiny shower in here. I got this super cheap. I'm not installing a full shower in here. I'm just putting this in. Probably will tarp the walls, and then I am going to hang a shower curtain around the outside. And then our drill coil system also has a shower head, so I'll run the PEX line up over to that and have a shower head here for that. It only comes out at one temperature, but that's fine. We just set it at the temperature we like and run that. It's just going to be going out and dumping on the ground. You'll see that later. We're not going to be using this very long. It's only going to be for the couple months while we're building. We have been taking our showers. There's a local pool community center that's for Nikiski residents that's free for us to use. And we've been showering there so far, but we want to start showering here on property, so we're going to start using this, especially when Eleinne's going to work and needing to shower right before work. This is just more convenient. So we're going to get this installed now. Now we have a hole. And this fits very nicely in there, and I have the edge of this is going right up against that floor joist, so this is as far over as we can get it. So that'll sit there. This piece screws on. This part goes on the top of the shower pan. This part comes up through the bottom. They screw together, and then the drain snaps onto this, which you'll see that when I put it together. This should all be sealed, caulked, plumber's caulking, and the ABS that we're going to be using for the piping should be all glued together. We're not doing any of that, and the reason we're not is because we're actually going to take this shower pan out of here and put it in the cabin in a few months when we're done with the cabin. So I don't want anything to be too hard to get out, so we're just going to put it in as simple and possible as we can. We'll just hand tighten everything and just use it from there. So let's get putting this in. fitting tight against this wall. We got the hole exactly where we wanted it, this way, so it is tight against this wall. It can't be where we want this way because of that cord that's in the way. So we ended up having exactly 3 inches from here to here. So what I'm going to do is cut a couple of 2x6s probably. This is 6 inches tall. I'll figure something out. So I'm just going to fur that out 3 inches, not the whole wall, just enough to come up where I'll put a couple screws into this to hold it, just so this base is somewhat solid in place. Again, it's not going to be here long term. Doesn't need to be perfect, but something to screw that in, and then we'll start tarping the wall off. Okay, so we got that furred out. Did it pretty easily. Just put some strips of 2x4 scraps I had against a few of the studs, and then one long 2x4 across, just high enough up that I could screw the pan into it, and then into the studs on that side. And now we got the hole. This is screwed in on both sides going down. So now this piece here, that just snaps into place. And when we're not showering, we just got this little drain cover to put on there just to keep bugs coming back in. When we install this and shower in the cabin, the plumbing will be done properly, but this will get us by for now. So now we got the inside done, or at least the pan part. Let's go outside and do all the pipes, the drain coming out of it. Now we're into the cabin. You can see where the pipe's coming out through the floor that we put into the shower pan. So got a 4-inch piece of the ABS. We're just gonna stick up into there, and then I have an elbow going out to a drain, which I'll show more later. Doing this with my cell phone is not the easiest, but anyways, and then it runs down that way and falls out that side of the cabin. Once again, you can see under there, it's got plenty of pitch to it. Falls out, comes right out here. I even put a cap on the end of here for the same reason that we have the stopper over the drain. This I cannot do with one hand, but when I have 2 hands I can pull that off, and then we'll just leave that on there when we're not using the shower long term. When we're going to use the shower, we can come and pull that off quick, and then water can flow out of there, but that just keeps bugs or critters from going back up in there. And we also have one more support we're going to hang on it, this right here, which this, I don't even know if it's needed, but I'm going to put it on anyway. This will hook onto this pipe and then nail into a joist just to give this a little more support. It's running right through that brace right there. When I bought all this, I didn't know that that was going to work out like that, so I wanted some kind of support, but since I already bought this, I'm just going to put it in. See if you can see what we did here. So I nailed a couple 2x4s level against these walls, against a couple of the studs that were back here, and the studs that are behind here. And then from there, I measured out these and cut these at 22.5. So these come out and make the angle cut, and they follow this pan right here. Follows this edge right here. And then what I did before I hung it up, I tacked in a few of these, I don't even know what you call these. These staples I use for wood cable staples. Tacked a bunch of those up, and I actually measured those to match the shower curtain. So from those, I'll hang the plastic cheap rings, and then from the ring, hang the curtain down. So let's get that in and see what it looks like. There it is, works out good. The only drawback is this doesn't slide. The curtain won't slide, so we have to pull the curtain back to access it, but that's all right. We have a shower. Well, I still have to hang the shower head, but we do have a shower there now. Got some Alaskan perfume if you want some.
What is it? Oh.
Bug spray.
Oh, it jumped right there.
Where'd he go?
Jumping.
Yep. We saw a squirrel. It's the only wildlife we'll probably see today. The music this week came from a band called Moonsalt. Moonsalt is Andrew Schroeder, a friend of mine that I grew up with back in the Midwest. You can find his music on many streaming services or also on YouTube. In the description below, we'll have some links to some of his songs and his channel. As we enjoy this hike, enjoy the full song from which we had taken the guitar music out of in the beginning of this video.
If I've learned anything this whole life, it's that people come and go in the blink of an eye. And you think your paths will cross one day, but that day never arrives. And I still haven't learned how to say goodbye. If I've learned anything in this whole life, it's that people always change with the passing of time. And you think you'll find the remnants, but they never come to light. And I still haven't learned how to say goodbye. Say goodbye to the memories undone. Say goodbye to the battles never won. Say goodbye to your days out on the run. Say goodbye, say goodbye, because you never know when it's said and done. So you might as well bask in the setting sun. If I've learned anything in this whole life, it's that memories will fade no matter how hard you fight. And you think you can rekindle flames that already have died. And I still haven't learned how to say goodbye. Say goodbye to the memories undone. Say goodbye to the battles never won. Say goodbye to your days out on the run. Say goodbye, say goodbye, 'cause you never know when it's said and done. So you might as well bask in the setting sun.